Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having a stunning one out there. As always, I appreciate you joining me here. Today, we're going to listen... What the heck am I doing, man? We're going to listen to the track Love is a Sleeper by the band Family. I don't know what just happened. I must have Googled the completely wrong thing. So I always pull up the lyrics from Genius usually and the Wikipedia page. I wasn't even apparently paying attention because I pulled up I guess I pulled up Love is a Sleeper by Silver Convention. Okay. That's not what I meant to pull up. I'm pulling it up right now. I'm Googling it. This is going to be off of their album, A Song for Me, released in 1970. Now I got the right information up. Can you imagine if I listened to the wrong song? Completely different. We're listening to this because it was suggested and sponsored by Herb. Herb, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the suggestion. I am happy to go ahead and listen to this here. Let's see, I believe it was also recommended by a few other people as well. And however, as I look through the comments here, having a little trouble finding those people. So I apologize, even though I'm pretty sure there's a few of you. Actually, nope, I don't believe so now that I'm actually going through. I don't see you. But regardless, let us go ahead and listen to this track. We'll discuss it a little bit after. Here we go.
Locked in a room, waiting for someone to wake him in. Holding the key for a heart that's immune, frightened it's not really making it. Sooner or later it feels through the cold of the warmth and the tremors that's shaking you.
Has a folky psychedelic sound. Those glassy keys are bliss on top. I swing. Organ sneaking in. Hit that little hi-hat. Step on that thing. Kept on that. hear that organ turning up there at the very end. I'm sorry, but I feel like this could almost be a cliche. And anytime you get into a fade out, the band always seems to add something else near that very end as it is eking its way into the distance that it's like, oh, here we go. But nope, it's fading out. When the organ comes in like that, and it's in the fade out, you're like, come on, you're coming in when it's fading out. I want to hear where the jam was going at that particular point. Okay, this was a cool, like bluesy folk rock kind of sound, right? Especially the guitar has a blues rock. Like that is just a cool riff, and I like how it's isolated at the end of all those measures there. Guitar here going to be John Charlie Whitney, as well as John Wider. Handling that as well with bass. They're all playing multiple instruments here. And I love that riff. I think it's such a catchy and short, punchy riff to kind of base your track around it. In the beginning, Chapman, vocalist, kind of sings a little bit more soft, but then as it gets into itself, he sings a little bit more of that edge to him, and he sounds great either way. The song has a great swing. The drumming, Robert Townsend. Drumming is wonderful to listen to. The way that he plays off of the initial hits of melody and then incorporates the toms and kind of rolls into that tom pattern and, accentuates it is really great. The way he expands inside of that is fantastic. Like the growth and the way that he evolves the drum patterns using the tom specifically is very cool. And it kind of fits into the kind of folky sound that they have. I think it works really well and kind of keeping things powerful, but in a more subtle way. And then you have the vibes here. John Pauly Palmer, who's also playing piano as well, but here, just those vibes, which is just a cool, glassy tone because the song itself has a very earthy kind of sound to me. When I hear something like this, in this kind of, to me, like a folk blues rock kind of sound, I feel like it's very earthy to an extent. And when he adds those vibes on it just sounds like glass, just like cool, polished glass, clean on top of the music. And it just adds this kind of lightness, this element to it. It's kind of like you have a piece of cake and you're like, cake, love it. But then you put some whipped cream or you put some frosting on top and it just adds a little bit of sweetness to it. That's a perfect way I'm thinking of it. Polly's vibes are that whipped cream on top of the cake of this particular track. And there's no better way I can describe it than that. But really fantastic, just rocker of a song. And the middle section here, when they really get down, that's cool. I kind of skipped most of it, but right here, I love this little get down in a hootenanny. That's what it kind of sounds like. But once again, with the sweetness added of those vibes. Love is a sleeper locked in a room, waiting for someone to awaken it. Holding a key for a heart that's immune, frightened it's not really making it. But sooner or later, it feels through the cold, all the warmth and the tremors that's shaking it. Love is a sleeper no one can deny. I know, I've been tired so many times. That's a great line to finish the end of that verse. That's one of those hitting lines, making it personal at that point. Listen. Love is just being ready. Love is just a sleeper ready to be awakened. And oh, is he tired so many times. Love is a sleeper content by the sea, lazing so gently, so far away. Waits for the tide and the moon to agree, so pulled by the force that we hide away. In the ebb and flow. But the beaches are empty more often than not and left on its own as a castaway. Love is a sleeper no one can deny. I know I've been so tired. He's speaking and singing from experience. It's a sleeper locked in a room waiting for someone to awaken it. That was the chorus there. But sooner or later it feels through the cold, all the warmth and the tremors that's shaking it. Love is a sleeper no one can deny. I know I've been so many times. And piece of lines once again. Kind of, what it kind of makes me think? Like how I was making the comparison of the music being earthy and those vibes kind of being glassy and kind of adding an extra layer of lightness to the music. Maybe with the lyrics here as well. With the, love being a sleeper. So not awake, locked in a room, held, potential, and maybe that's kind of the earthy sound. But the vibes that come on top of it kind of act as the potential for love, that flutter in your heart of, hey, maybe this is the one. Maybe she or he is the one. Maybe this is the time. And maybe that door to your heart just creaks open ever so slightly, and you never know who you're going to let in. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. Herb, thank you so much for the recommendation and for the support as well. I really appreciate that. Really great track to listen to. Love those vibes on top of it. Let me know your thoughts down there. You know what? Can I actually, I'm actually curious. You know what? I'm actually curious. Before we go, I do kind of want to see a little bit of it. I'm looking for a live video. That's what I'm doing right now, in case you're wondering. I can't play it because of copyright and strikes and such that I already have. I have to say that just in case, so every time someone asks me, why don't you play the video? That's why. But I would just like to see the vibes. That's not the song. That's not the right song. And I'm scrolling and I'm not seeing a live performance. So, all right, I guess that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you all later. I tried. I'm scrolling, but I don't see any. There's no live footage, at least on YouTube that I see. Have a great one. Bye, guys.